everyone, you're at the Dreamport channel, a place where you can become a travel manager from home, no experience necessary, and the best part, you can do it all from home. Today we are sitting at home and continue our conversation with Ashton. Ashton has over 8 years with the Danina group of company. He started out as a travel agent, now he works as a supervisor, and he is still in love with his career. Today our discussion will cover the following topics: how you can actually learn the profession on our platform and operate remotely, how easy it is for you to access the help of the mentor, so just talk to your other colleagues, other agents. Is it actually easy on day-to-day basis? What perks do we actually have them at the Dreamport, and what are them? Dreamport Platform itself, what it actually is, what you can find over there, what you will be working with on this platform. Products on the Dreamport Platform, are they compatible? Can you offer the best deals to your customers? And last but not least, freelance contract. A lot of questions on this topic. What does it mean? How you will be paid? How you can control it? And what does it actually mean USD-based income? So let's jump into our conversation with Ashton. So it's a remote position we've mentioned before. You mentioned that you have to self-develop and everything, but like really, what kind of support you will get from the Dreamport? How easy to actually get access to your supervisor to ask questions? I mean, like, you know, like this, like regular day-to-day stuff.
You should know from the beginning that we already have a set in stone team ready to help you at any point, okay? So one of the biggest benefits is that those people worked in sales before. So whenever you get a trainer assigned to you or whatever you speak to a mentor, you're not speaking to someone who is completely from a different planet and that person has no idea what is actually happening on the sales floor, and then you take that information, you try to apply it in practice, and you understand that it's just theory, not really helpful. So with us, every single person, mentor, SQD specialist, trainer, supervisor, team leader, they worked in sales before. So you're getting instant support at all the stages, okay? From the moment you're being moved into the nesting team, which is a period when your targets are lowered and you get the opportunity to not only learn, but also actually work with real customers. Okay, so it's not gonna be a 4 months training where you're not allowed to speak to real people. You get on calls, you mess up or you don't, it's up to you. You get feedback. So on a daily basis, you communicate with your mentor, you communicate with your supervisor. It's done online through different, I don't know, you can do it in Zoom, but most of the people are using Gmeet at the moment. It's simple. It literally takes 5 seconds to get your supervisor on a call and to communicate. The same applies to mentors, the same applies to trainers. You have an onboarding specialist. So on a daily basis, you have at least 4 people with experience in sales that you can talk to. Among the additional perks that you're getting on top of everything that has been pretty much disclosed already, there is a system that we have created, okay? It's a gamification, and basically you get rewarded for your activity and for doing the right thing. Each time you manage to keep the customer on the line for a longer period of time, you're getting coins, okay? This is, let's say, virtual currency that you can monetize later. You will be also getting those coins for the results achieved throughout the month, like the number of sold requests, regular or bonus queue requests, it doesn't matter. Based on your key results like profit per ticket, the amount of travel care packages that you managed to sell, the amount of tips received from customers. The more you follow up on the customers, the more coins to be received. In easy words, the higher the result is, the more coins you will be receiving. We have something else that is linked to the same gamification system that is called Wheel of Fortune. The idea is pretty simple. Once in 24 hours, you can spin the wheel and you can get a random reward, starting from coins and ending up with some non-tangible things that you can basically use in a system in order to boost your results. What do you do with the D coins? So basically you can get an Amazon, Google Store, Apple Store, or Airbnb gift card, a hotel voucher. The amount is $100 if I'm not mistaken. You can get a voucher for an airline ticket. It's a gift for you for just doing the right thing.
Finally, the word platform that we all heard so many times that we read on the Dreamport.me website. What actually it means, the platform for travel agents? What can you find over there? What can actually you do over there?
So after you pass the training, you get the credentials, and using the credentials, you can actually log in a client management system, and by accessing this platform, you get access not only to clients, but also some internal products and tools that we have created to help you, like soft phone, for example, or a search engine, a system that has been designed by us to help you get access to the product that you can use in order to sell and find and sell airline tickets. There is also a system that helps you process the sale, right? So you don't have to do anything manually. It is pretty much automated. Well, in easy words, it's a system that gives you access to everything. Soft phone, you get calls from hot leads, and you can receive calls from your customers at any time. You can use it to call your people, follow up on them, and so on. Using the search engine, you get access to our private and published deals. Those are flight tickets, itineraries, airline companies, timings, schedules, cabin class, everything. It's displayed in there. The same search engine is actually available for cars as well. So it works pretty much the same way, so that you can look for cars, the pickup airport, let's say the drop-off point, the timings and all that. So you just set the filters basically, and you get your results delivered within minutes. And the same applies to airline tickets as well. It is something we designed. So we designed it for the people, for the agents, and it's well, we are adjusting it, and we are trying to make it as efficient as possible all the time. If the question is the product competitive and if it's sellable, it definitely is, because on top of published deals, something that you can find online, I don't know, within the same price range, for example, you get access to private deals as well. And private deals are cheaper by default because, well, this is pretty much our contract with a particular consolidator that you get access to by running a simple search, okay? So you will be getting a mix of fares, and then you decide what kind of fare to sell, whether it's cheaper compared to everything that is displayed or on sale online or with the competitors.
A little bit elaboration on the phrase that you just mentioned, you decide. Explain, what did you mean?
Imagine that you have 10 folders full of flight options and prices, and then you access the first folder and you get the following conditions and the following price. The next folder has its own conditions and its own price, and so on. So you get access to 10 of them. And depending on what the customer is looking for, you're basically allowed to pick one of those options and sell it. The price is going to be different, but then very often there is going to be a difference between the market price, what the market has to offer, and the price that we have in our system. So you're basically allowed to put markup on top of the price that you have in the system, sell it, get your commission out of it.
How much time it usually took you to decide what kind of a markup to put on? I mean, basically what you're saying, it depends on the market research, but is it that easy to perform that market research?
It's not. It might be time consuming in the beginning because you're just getting used to the product, because in the beginning you don't really have knowledge about airlines, stops, preferred airports, countries that customers would like to transit, and countries they would like to avoid. So in the beginning it all looks the same. It's like you're selling the same airline and you're just making the decision based on the price. However, with experience, you understand that people have more expectations and the price is not always the deal breaker. So basically over time, let's say in 4-6 months, you have a better understanding of how the market works. You have the experience. Every day you're dealing with 15 to 20 customers, and then you already know the prices on a market, right? Because you might have 4-5 customers looking for a ticket to the same destination within the same time range. So you already know what the market has to offer. Over the years, it becomes easier and easier. Right now, for an experienced travel manager, it takes up to 5 minutes to make the decision.
So based on your experience, and we already know it's 8 years, how you would describe the type of person who should apply for this role? Who do you think will actually succeed in this role?
I would say people who don't need a constant reminder that you have to do your job, okay? It's not a job where you're gonna have someone micromanaging you, sitting behind you to make sure that you're actually working, okay? Because this is a remote job. It is very hard to assess and monitor the activity, and the compensation scheme is actually designed and based not only on the working hours that you see it in front of the computer, but actually the value that you can provide for the project. So it's based on your final result. So I would say if you're a person that is used to be monitored, controlled, and always reminded that you have to do this and that in order to achieve the result, it will be very hard for you to adjust to the basic idea of the project. So you need to have the motivation. You need to have a solid answer for the question, what the hell am I doing here? Why do I need this job? And where am I going with, I don't know, with the decision I made to stick to that path? You need to have a very stable internet connection, of course, because well, it's a deal breaker for customers. They should be able to hear you, you should be able to hear them, there should not be any interruptions and all that. Quality headset, I would say, even though, I mean, it sounds silly, but very often this is one of the main reasons why people are losing customers. And
but
then,
can I be a little bit rude at this second? Is it okay to have the same headset that you're having right now?
yeah, of course. I mean,
Okay.
the quality is pretty decent. I would say that in the beginning, that will do as well.
What tips that you can give to actually achieve the success as a travel manager? Like, for instance, I want to apply and I'm a fresher, I'm not sure, but you give like a lot of information, but still like some tips, you know, like there's like some like tricks to make it a little bit better.
Stick to the training program, because the training program actually covers more than 80% of the knowledge that you should possess in order to do this job, okay? Do not do things just to check the box. Because again, as I said, it all depends on you. The more knowledge you possess, the more tricks you learn from your trainers, from your mentors, from your supervisors. Then whenever you're with a customer on a call, it's just you and the customer. Okay, it's not, I mean, if someone thinks that the supervisor would step in and help you get out of the mud, it's not really happening. So it all 100% depends on you. Ask as many questions as possible in the very beginning, because if you, I mean, one of my colleagues used to say, there are no dumb questions, there are just dumb answers, right? So don't be afraid to ask questions, especially in the first 3 to 6 months. Have mentors attached to you, you have supervisors, you have an onboarding specialist. Ask the questions, put down the answers, and then apply it in practice. Sometimes there are actual periods when you're not making sales, and this is when the problem starts. But the thing is, it starts from here. So you are basically creating the problem when the problem doesn't really exist. You start, you know, this self-talk that, nah, the position is not for me, I'm not a seller, I'm not here to do this. If this is a period when you took 20 customers and you did not sell any of them, you should not be afraid to take another 10 customers, because it all depends on you, and there is actually a chance that you're gonna sell 8 customers out of 10 if you start taking them today. Another tip is listen to your calls as often as possible. Put down the mistakes. Well, basically ask yourself a question. Do you want to have a travel agent like you? Would you trust a travel agent like you? Would you be okay with someone who could provide the same experience that you're providing with the customers? Would you be okay with someone who said that, I'll call you in 1 hour and a half, and then he calls you or she calls you in 2 hours and a half. Someone who is not following promises or something. If the answer is no, every time you ask yourself this question, would you buy from a travel agent like you, then you should definitely be working on yourself. Up until the moment the answer is yes.
We all understand, and we read on the Dreamport.me website, that it is freelance opportunity, meaning we will be signing a freelance contract. So how, as a freelancers, we will get paid? Is it like something stable, i.e. like twice per month, once per month? And also explain and elaborate a little bit on the USD-based income.
Everything is based in USD. We're working with the US market and, well, let's say Canadian market most of the time. And when it comes to currency, it is always converted into United States dollars. So everything you have in the system is in United States dollars, even if at some point there is a consolidator that is using a different currency, then it's being converted automatically by the system. And the same thing applies to your invoice. So basically it's in US dollars and you get paid in US dollars, and you need either a multi-currency account that allows you to actually receive transfers in US dollars, or you can create a US dollar account right away. There are targets to accomplish. Call them tasks. Right? As a freelancer, you have some tasks that you have to accomplish on a daily basis, on a weekly basis, on a monthly basis. By achieving the minimum requirements that are set in the agreement, you're actually eligible for a bonus that is paid. On top of that, while selling tickets, you get your commission out of the markup you put, out of tips, out of selling the additional product, travel care packages, vacation planners, cars and all that. So there is a system, I've mentioned this before, that is tracking your performance throughout the month. Then at the end of the month, based on your performance, there is a system that is linked to the commission scheme, and that system is basically creating your invoice based on the results, based on your revenue that you have generated, based on the sales conversion, based on everything you sold, based on the number of requests you took. So it takes into account everything. Then the invoice is being created. In the system, you have the possibility to add your bank account details. So you just add everything in there. You click on save. Whenever the invoice is created, you have the opportunity to check it. You also have an opportunity to report if there is something wrong with the invoice, because, well, the machine can make mistakes sometimes. So there is a period when we are allowing everyone to report some things. Once there are no issues related to the invoices, the transfers are being done to the account details that were added by the travel manager in the system.
This is it. We hope you learned a lot from Ashton and he were able to answer all your questions. If not, please don't hesitate to actually drop us a line on the email that you will find in the description section, or you can apply right away, again using the links in the description section. Just a reminder, we have a basic requirements at the Dreamport, and those are the following. You have to have a good spoken English skills, just because every single conversation that you will have with our clients over the phone will be in English. You have to have an access to the PC or a laptop. Our platform simply doesn't work on tablet or the smartphone. You have to have a stable internet connection. Nothing's gonna happen without internet. And of course, a good headset and a quiet place. That's it. If you're ready, that's it. If you're ready to apply, that's it. That's it. If you are ready to apply, we're looking forward to seeing you at the Dreamport. And we're gonna see you in the next episode. And we're gonna see each other in the next episode.